Right. Welcome to the Shandaken Conservation Advisory Council meeting, Monday, June 17th. There are 4 members present, which constitutes a quorum of our gang of 7. So we'll open the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right.
Let's see. Okay. Members attending are Beth Waterman, Karen Lee, Robert Cruikshank, and Catherine Del Tufo, and a guest, Rowan Cruikshank.
Thank you. Did everyone have a chance to read the minutes?
Yes.
Well, I wrote them, so yes, I read them.
Yes.
Yes.
Could I have a motion to approve the minutes, please?
Motion to approve?
I can second it. Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Yes. Okay. Membership items, correspondence and announcements. I'm sorry that Maya isn't here. Shandaken has a flood mitigation plan, which is basically our disaster preparedness plan. And it was written and adopted by the town board in 2019. And it lasts 5 years, so it is up for review. And Maya has a background in disaster preparedness and is planning to be our representative on that during that review process. But needless to say, they want to involve the public, and they would like to ask our help in putting on a disaster preparedness workshop sometime in the future. We don't know what the schedule is. They haven't begun the process, so there's no timeline yet. But I attended a disaster preparedness workshop in the town of Olive more than a year ago, and it was conducted by the Ulster County Emergency Management Services and Cornell Cooperative Extension. And they gave everyone a grab-and-go bag or something like that. So I displayed the contents of it on the table in front of where we're sitting for people to have a look at. It's just, something that we will be working on in the future activity. Yeah.
Yeah, with the new firehouse being built in Begindian, the existing facility has an opportunity to be help in disaster sort of situations. There's more room to put people, there's more room to store stuff.
Yeah, that's great. We had a communication from a man in Rosendale named Brad Johnsmeyer.
Yep, I spoke with him.
And Robert talked to him, and then I talked to him also. Do you want to summarize what you think?
Sure. So
He's
Brad
doing-
and one of his colleagues have started a company. They've been at it for
Speak into the mic
a little over a year. They basically are they call it Eco Home, and they've created a web tool. So you log on to ecohome.com, you can create an account if you want to. And it allows a homeowner to sort of think about, what steps would I take if I wanted to weatherize or put up solar or put in a heat pump or maybe an electric vehicle charger. And so it allows you to sort of categorize those things, and then it has knowledge of the local laws and local opportunities for like reimbursement and grants and things like that. So I said that I would take a closer look at it. I'd like to then report back to the group. We might all want to sort of give it a whirl ourselves and say, oh, I'm a homeowner, let me see what it looks like for me. Because it could be something that's useful that we want to share with other homeowners in the town as a way to sort of be a cookbook that helps them prepare for
Yeah. I spoke to him also, and he is meeting with, or speaking with Simon Strauss. He was doing that at the end of last week. I'd be curious to know what Simon thought.
Me too, yeah.
And Simon Strauss is a member of the Olive CAC who's very knowledgeable.
Yeah, he's one of our colleagues, yeah.
In energy.
He is, yeah. Yeah, I'd like to know Tom Conrad's opinion as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I got a follow-up email from him, which summarizes what you just said, you know. And I think basically that, you know, the information is out there on the web and through NYSERDA, but it's very hard to pick it out. This would be a simplified guide.
Yes, like hand-holding for the homeowner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we might want to invite him to come to a meeting after you've had a chance to evaluate it and so forth and talk to us, or to come to a town board meeting and talk and speak. you
Yeah,
know?
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
The name of the organization or company is
Go home, yeah.
Ecohome.com.
I just looked them up and they're not.
I will double check.
Hey, look! Look who's
Hey,
here!
Mike.
Come on up here. The Michael Chaffee. Great. Thank you for coming.
Good evening, good to see you.
It's nice to see you no matter what time you're out there.
Always great to see you, Mike. Well, we've been working our way, the agenda is on the table down there, but maybe Catherine can share hers.
Catherine share.
Yeah,
So it's ecohome.co.
yeah, it's not com.
It's co.
Ecohome.co.
Yep.
Yeah.
Home intelligence for a better future.
Printed a copy out. She needs a copy. It's the agenda.
Oh, here's the copy of the agenda that Karen printed. Yes, so we were just talking about a fellow from Rosendale who contacted us who's creating a company, and they want to try out their tool, which is a guide to homeowners on how they can make their homes more eco-friendly. And Robert's going to evaluate it, and then we might have him come speak to us or something. Yeah. All right. Now we're down to events and activities. Moving right along. The July 4th parade, which we have done for the last 2 years, is on July 6th with a rain date of July 7th. The lineup starts at 10 a.m. and the parade starts at 11. So I have been wondering, Michael, if you might be willing to drive your Rivian this year in the July 4th parade.
I think I need to check on my calendar, but I don't think that that's a problem.
July 6th parade, yeah.
Yeah.
That would be excellent, because I know you've been there in the past with your family, and Bruce might drive.
I'm trying, I know Bruce.
He was-
Unless he's ill or on vacation.
And we might get Maya in there too. Yeah, I think she has a self-driving
She has a Tesla.
Tesla. Yeah. But
So she won't even be in it. She'll be just walking.
I'm going to be a little nervous walking in front of it.
Yeah, I'll be on the side.
Okay, so I'll be there. Michael
Yep.
and Catherine?
What date?
It's
of the
Saturday.
week is? Oh, a Saturday I can be there. If it's the Sunday on rain date, I cannot.
I know, you work on Sunday.
I'll be there.
Karen? That's excellent.
I'll be most likely with the beginning of our company.
Yeah. Robert is in the fire company, so he's always in uniform.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah. All right, I'm glad we can do it. And invite your friends to
Yes,
come.
so we can invite people. That was
Yeah,
the
we
question.
can have them march with us.
Yeah.
It's not like, it's not exclusive. Last year,
Okay.
we had Autumn and her kids, and, anybody can come, your family, your dog. Make it friendly and
Festive.
inclusive.
Well, if we have to carry a banner, I wouldn't recommend having your dog unless your dog is that well behaved. We have to carry.
Okay,
we're
well,
gonna carry the banner.
The banner, yeah, but it's really,
Well, I did that the first year. I remember
Okay,
what it was like.
all right.
I mean, I don't know. I would bring my dog, but I don't know that it would be helpful.
Well, then don't bring your dog.
She's adorable.
Dog's optional. Okay. So, committee reports. NYSERDA community campaigns. Well, there's a lot to discuss about this. As you know, we have initiated 3 community campaigns: community solar, electric vehicles, and clean heating and cooling. Since our last meeting, the electric vehicles, if we get 5 leased or purchased electric vehicles by residents of Shandaken or commercial businesses, we get $10,000. No, I'm sorry, $5,000.
Have we not already reached that goal of 5 vehicles?
I will tell you in a minute.
Okay, I'm sorry, I thought it was
So Bruce left, and I got the information from him and applied for the 5,000, and it was accepted. So that is really super.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations to all of us. And the list that Bruce had, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, had 11 vehicles. So we have 6 vehicles towards the next level goal. So the next level goal for electric vehicles, if we get 10 more, no, we have to get 15. That's level 2 is 15 in EVs. Level 1 is 5 and we get 5,000. Level 2 is 15 and we get 7,500.
15 on top of the 5.
Yes, that's right.
20.
A new, so we have 6 towards our goal of 15. So I will try to keep abreast of this and check occasionally to see. DMV reports that information.
So they just have to be registered in this, not the county, but the town.
Yeah,
Shandaken.
in the zip codes of Shandaken. Yep. And so we've applied for the level 1 funds for EVs, and Rob and I met about clean heating and cooling,
Yeah,
and we have 5
as well.
for his campaign
Yeah.
for level 1 funding, and
Which-
you're gonna fill out the form and send it to me so I can submit it, right?
Yes, I am, and I meant to do it today and yesterday, but I'm getting there.
Okay.
So we have 5, like you said, so that'll get us 5,000, and then the next 10 heat pump installations, whether it's, ground source, air source, heat pump water heater, the next 10 will get us 10,000.
Yeah. And since the last meeting, I contacted a contractor in town who installs heat pumps, and he's going to work with us, and he's installed quite a few, he says.
That's great.
Since the date, since the start date,
12/20, yeah.
December 20th. So we're making progress here, and I'm very excited about this. The only downside is that we haven't made much progress on community solar, and I'm sorry Maya isn't here because that's where we need to focus our efforts. In the meantime, because we achieved a certain number of points in the Clean Energy Communities program that is part of NYSERDA, we earned the town $5,000, 2 grants, one for 5 and one for 10. And NYSERDA doesn't just give us the money, that's the hard part. They say that it's a grant, and they tell us we can apply for the grant, and then we have to tell them what we're going to spend the grant money on. So we met with Peter and Robert Drake, Peter DeSclafani, Robert Drake, and we determined that the $5,000 would be spent to buy electric lawn equipment for the town. So they're getting 3 electric chainsaws, a leaf blower, a weed whacker, and possibly some other things. So I'm very happy to see this development because they had actually wanted to purchase them, but they didn't have the funding. So we were able to push this over the line. Yeah. And that's, the highway superintendent explained to me that the men don't like to ride in the cab with the gas-powered chainsaw in the winter when they're out plowing snow because of the fumes.
Sure, it's
Perfectly
stinky.
understandable.
Yeah.
So they put it in the bed of the truck, and then it gets, the chainsaws get covered with salt, and it's not good for them.
Yeah.
So this is an advantage for all the residents, that they will have the electric chainsaw in the cab,
Ready to go.
ready to go when they
Yeah.
come to some place where the tree is arching over the road. So that's, now the $10,000 grant from NYSERDA is what we want to use to install EV charging in Phoenicia and Pine Hill. And the town is getting a bid from the contractor that Bruce identified. And I don't know where that stands, but there is a deadline for this, and it's next Tuesday. And I'm keeping my fingers crossed that the town is going to push it over the finish line by next Tuesday.
To apply in time.
Yeah, because that's 10,
You need to sign the contract or just?
no, just to send the application in. They have to submit the bid, and they're waiting for the bid. There's been some delay, I guess. I will contact Peter tomorrow.
And is Robert back from his trip?
No, he's not. He doesn't get back until just before the deadline. But I can submit it. I submitted the EV one.
Yeah.
No, I can't submit it. I'm sorry. The town has to. Robert gave me directions.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can help Peter.
Yeah,
If he needs
great.
it. He might not need it. But I can submit yours. That's
Yes,
the thing I can do.
understood.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is really kind of striking, if you ask me. That's 15,000 that we've already received, and another 10 that's in the works. 5 for heat pumps and 5 for EVs. So, I met with Eleanor Peck, who's our advisor for this, and we have 1,700 points. If we get 3,000 points, we get 50,000.
Wow, that's big.
And she laid out what we have to do to get that 50, and it's all doable if we just get to level 2 on our campaigns. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's that is the complicated situation with NYSERDA. And that was really our focus for this year, was to, try to participate in the clean energy community program now that we received the bronze certification from Climate Smart Community. Any questions?
It crossed my mind that there was just an email from Maya saying that she wasn't able to complete the postcards yet, and they would be available for, I think, July 30th farmers market for the community solar. I believe that's what she was referring to. So.
I got the same email.
Oh, okay.
And yes, and I didn't know that she was designing postcards, so we need to, I thought she would be here tonight. I'm sorry she isn't here. We could find out about more of what she's working on. Anything else? Okay. Recycling center. As Karen pointed out, we need to update our CAC flyer that's posted at the recycling center. And the Tiffin project, that everybody know what a Tiffin is?
Yes.
It's a container that you used for takeout, a reusable container that you can take to a restaurant. And if you want to take some food home, you use your own container. And that way it reduces the waste from the packaging that the restaurant is going to give you and saves everybody money. And some of that packaging is less than compostable, so it's an big advantage. And Ulster County applied for a grant, and they're buying, I don't know, 15,000 tiffins or something, and they're I think a dinner plate size with a top with a seal, maybe made out of stainless steel or something. And they're going to be giving them away for free in July at the farmer's market. I think it's, let me look at my calendar. I think it's July 14th. That's Sunday at the Phoenicia Farmers Market.
So swing on by to get your free tiffin.
Yeah, everybody. Keep it in the car, and then when you have some food to bring home, you've got a green alternative.
Bastille Day.
Yes, Bastille Day. Comprehensive plan. Karen, would you like to bring us up to date? Pull the microphone over for you, please.
Okay. How was it, the 10th, the 9th? That we met on the 11th. So June 11th, we met. Beth and I both joined the meeting on June 11th for the comprehensive plan that is being drafted, and we met with the consultants who are leading the project to actually help us or help the CAC, help the comprehensive plan be developed and then become a resource that the town can use. And it's very important because for grant applications and things like that, and it has been quite a while since it has been updated. So initial meeting was had, and the work will continue throughout the summer until.
Yeah, but I don't think we have a schedule yet.
No,
do we?
there's been no schedule. That was
No.
one of my questions, if I
Yeah.
have to attend all the meetings.
What?
I didn't know how often they were going to meet. That I wasn't quite sure. So
Well-
I'll check in with Mary.
Yeah, okay. Mary would know. I know she was I'm not sure they're going to start until the fall.
Okay.
I don't know when they're going to start.
okay.
Check in with Mary and
I
let
will.
us know.
Okay.
Yeah. But it was a very exciting meeting. They're very competent and knowledgeable.
I thought so.
consultants.
I thought they asked really intelligent questions. We really went around the room, and everyone was asked to give 2 examples of how they felt the plan would be successful. So everyone got to kind of talk about what success meant for them and how they visualized it. And the consultants were incredibly helpful in terms of articulation and just understanding and formulation of ideas within the group and where we go from here. So,
Yeah, I felt the same way.
yeah.
They're very skilled.
Yeah.
It's called Mid-Hudson Patterns for Progress. They're very eminent. And we're fortunate that we applied for a grant and got a
Yes.
grant to hire them. And
Yes.
they wanted to work with us. So, it looks positive.
So it looks very promising and positive, yes.
Yeah. The Community Climate Action Plan. Well, as you all know, we wrote 3 plans over the last 2 years. One was an inventory of all the greenhouse gases that the town produces. And then we wrote a climate action plan of how we can improve reduce the greenhouse gases that the town produces. And that was called the Government Operations Climate Action Plan. There's a copy of it right here. Let's hold it up. It's on our website, as is the inventory. But this takes the information contained in the inventory and talks about positive short-term, medium-term, long-term actions we can take to reduce the town's greenhouse gases. Then the next plan we wrote was called a community greenhouse gas inventory. So it's the same template as the first one. It was municipal operations, greenhouse gas inventory, and then a climate action plan. Then we wrote a community, that's everybody in the town, all the residents, plus businesses, everything. And so we have that, that's also on our website. So the final thing that we need to write is called a community action plan. That's a much bigger project because it talks about how we can help reduce greenhouse gases throughout the community. So I really felt that this was something we all needed to work on together. And I said at last month's meeting that I would develop a schedule. So all of these plans have been written with the assistance of Melanie Patapas at Hudson Valley Regional Council. And the format that she uses is we have 4 meetings with all the towns that she's involved with, and it's about an hour-long presentation, which Catherine has attended, many of them.
Not all of them.
Yes. And these are recorded. So what I would like to suggest is that we all, it would require listening to something that takes an hour, that we all work together to listen to the first one between now and July, and then the second one in the next month, and do the homework that's involved. There's a certain amount of homework, but they spell it out for you. But one of them, I remember one of the early homework assignments was to make a list of all the partners in your community who you might be able to engage with to help spread the word and so forth. So this is really about community engagement. And if everybody is willing, I will send out the first Zoom recording.
Okay.
And then they give you a template at the end. But this is a complicated process, so we need to really work together. I
Spend
think
some
it's
time,
much
right.
more than one person can manage. So do you think that's a reasonable?
Yeah.
I do,
Okay,
yes.
that's great. I will send that out. Okay. Now, natural resource inventory.
I just got some news from Beth regarding some potential help from Hudsonia, Eric Kiviat, who Beth met with.
No,
or
spoke
had
on the
a
phone.
Conversation with, regarding assistance with that. There's still a grant application due by July 17th, so time is slipping away, but with this oncoming information, we may be able to make some headway and maybe actually get application completed.
Yeah.
And again, hopefully Robert will help with the application process.
Yes.
Robert Drake.
I'm thrilled that Hudsonia is receptive. I'm going to have a conversation with them again on Wednesday, but this is a priority item for us in the climate smart communities, and it would be great to have it happening in conjunction with the comprehensive plan update. I think it's there are a couple of potential obstacles. One is the town has to come up with 15% match, and they cannot use any state or federal funds.
Oh.
So that makes it difficult.
Right.
But I think that maybe some volunteer services from us can be counted as match, and we'll see if we can put that together. It's due July 17th. It's a Hudson River Estuary Program grant. Next.
Pollinator pathway, there's no new news at this point. The highway department's little bed is blooming nicely.
It is.
It looks very pretty. in
Down by
yellow.
Boyceville,
Mhm,
the
yes.
DOT. Yeah.
And the next thing that's going to happen that I'm aware of is the Glenbrook Park. And the money is coming in, tree planting, which is also pollinator related, won't be happening until the autumn. I'm not sure when they're breaking ground and doing the landscape planting, but I believe it's soon. I did go to another Parks and Rec meeting.
Oh,
but
great.
we only discussed some stuff for the dog park, the park that I attended. And I guess I should get more information from Autumn as to when they're breaking ground. And but that's the only thing that I know of next that's happening, other than that my yard is full of pollinators, and I hope yours are too.
Yeah, we're pollinating in my house like crazy. Cross-pollinating. So, we have run down the agenda.
Yeah. Are we taking a month off this summer?
Well, I will probably not be here on August 19th, so
But we have a July meeting.
let's
between
have our
now.
July meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we can discuss in July whether to skip August.
Okay.
I mean, you can always meet without me, that's for darn sure, but it might be nice to have a month off.
Right.
And we'll be sure to let you guys know. Now, we had planned to adjourn and then talk about how we could publicize our campaigns. I don't know if that is really it's more of a workshop kind of situation. So if everybody's okay with that, does someone want to make a motion to adjourn, and then they don't have to televise this.
Motion to adjourn?
I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting is adjourned.